Ooh, okay. Greetings to my audience. Hello. Chimaoge here. You can also call me Moge. Welcome to Chimaoge's Comments. Trying to see if I can keep my whole head in the shot. Yeah, let's do this. Although I kind of like when I'm closer in. Anyway, I'm trying to be a bit more relaxed in this video, but you know me. The energy will go up. I don't want to begin franticness. Anyway, welcome. This is Moge. My name is Moge. It's my forename. My given name is Chimaoge. This is my network for all my personal accounts. This is obviously a video on that network. And, you know, among many other things, the personal accounts are for showing you all my raw reactions to things and also information about myself. Today, this is a raw reaction to something. Particularly Paul Pogba's transfer to Monaco, AS Monaco, that is, the soccer club. Anyway, let's get more into it. Let me give you all my full name, because even though Chimaoge is not a very common name, there are many other people named Chimaoge. You know, just like, you know, any other name might be uncommon. We could have millions of people with the name, you know. So I want to separate myself from my fellow Chimaoges. So, calling my ancestors, do more when I pray. Anyway, my full metaphysically correct name is Chimaoge NkwoOrie. Chimaoge NkwoOrie. Moge is a forename. If you want to be bootleg with it, it's a nickname that I hope to transition to be my given name in the future. I want a name change in the future. But anyway, it still applies to me. Anyway. But we're in a time of metaphysical ignorance, so people do not know how to give their names in a metaphysically correct fashion, which is forgivable. I myself learned from spirits and thinking. But anyway, an easier way to find me, or maybe it's equally easy now, I've done a lot of work, is with my government name for both the United States of America and Nigeria. My government name is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibe. Chimaoge Chijioke Ibe. Another name for me, based on the history of my lineages, again, this is white structured, is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibenwuku. Chimaoge Chijioke Ibenwuku. And then another name relevant to me is NkwoOrie, NkwoOrie, NkwoOrie. It's a name under which I publish music. It's another network on Ibenwuku. Of course, this is a network under Ibenwuku. So anyway, those are my names. That'll allow you to find me, know more about who I am. Now let's play. Kabrunam nogo kandabrum megejimka shapionan. I pray for the success, and I apologize for having to pray, well, in a language that's not my own. Let me say that, because that causes misfit. Anyway, just so that everyone understands, I'll say it like this. I pray for the idea behind this video. I pray for the art piece it highlights, which is in the thumbnail. I pray for the idea behind the art piece. I pray for my audience, and I pray for myself. Let's go. Now, the title of this video that you're watching is Paul Pogba now plays for AS Monaco. Paul Pogba now plays for AS Monaco. Paul Pogba is obviously the world famous soccer player, professional soccer player. I know many people still might not know who he is, but many people do. Again, if you don't, just look up Paulpogba, Paul Pogba. He's a professional soccer player, you know, who's attained a lot of notoriety. I'll go more into that in a bit. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to highlight the art piece in the thumbnail. I'll go into that right now. So the highlighted forgive me, let me slow down a bit. I hope you guys don't mind that my head's getting cut off. I think when I lean back too much, anyway. I speak like this. Let me do this so you can see me anyway. I'm kind of leaning into attack, but maybe that's not as good for viewership. Maybe it makes me too frantic. Anyway. Again, the highlighted art piece, which is available on Patreon, the link is in the description of this video, is called Paul Pogba Completes His Move to the Soccer Club AS Monaco. Paul Pogba completes his move to the soccer club AS Monaco. Now, the inspiration for the art piece is manifold. Let me give you two aspects of it. One, the simple prominence of Paul Pogba. He's famous, so obviously he's always in the public imagination. That inspired me. And then secondly, news of his transfer. News of his transfer inspired the art piece. The transfer was completed back on June 25th of 2025. I'm recording this at the end of August 2025. I'd heard different reports, so I wasn't sure until I made the art piece if it was official, but it was pretty much a done deal, you know. I wasn't sure if they put pen to paper yet, but anyway, they have. So, onto the content of the art piece. I'll highlight two things. One, Paul Pogba is surrounded by red in the art piece. There's a cartoon image of Paul Pogba that's central, and he's surrounded by red. He's wearing red because he's played for many teams whose main jersey is red. I also highlighted that image in red. And then there are other images around him highlighted in red. So I just surrounded him by red, reflecting his career trajectory. Another thing is there is money everywhere in the image. There's money everywhere in the image. Ironically, this was a free transfer in that his club did not get paid, or rather his Monaco did not pay another club a transfer fee. Let me say that for Pogba's services. However, of course, he signed a contract. He'll receive money. Agents will receive money. So there's still a lot of money involved. But historically, he's been associated with large amounts of transfer fees. He was once the so-called world record transfer. Anyway, that's why it's surrounded by money, different currencies. Now, onto the, I guess references. But first I want to make clear, the idea behind the art piece, if you weren't able to tell by the inspiration, is just to highlight the fact that Paul Pogba is a very prominent individual, and just have everyone begin to think about what that means for the world in general. Because anytime someone is that prominent, we should think about it. Anyway, so on to references. First, what were some of my sources for this information? First, me myself, Wikipedia. I just Googled Paul Pogba. I went to his Wikipedia article. It'll give you updates on his club status, and it confirmed that he moved to Monaco. And secondly, I honestly saw a lot of YouTube thumbnails depicting him in the Monaco kit. He has not yet played a match for Monaco, but, he's been unveiled. So anyway, then here are two places you all can go to find this information, to verify. One, you yourselves can also go to Wikipedia. Just Google Paul Pogba, again, Paul, that's the first name, and the second name is Pogba. Google him, you'll find his Wikipedia article, you can find it there. And secondly, you can consult Sky Sports Football. You can find them on YouTube, and you can also find their website, written content, which will confirm the move. There are other places, those are two places, just so you know. Anyway, on to what to do about this very issue that was raised. First, I think that this might seem tangential, but it's not. We need to create more club kit designs, more different colors and combos. And I know that might seem funny to some of you, but think about it. Whenever you're watching a soccer match, you want to resonate with the clubs or with the players. It's hard to do that if so many teams have jerseys that look the same. It's like you're watching the same team all the time. The details matter. So the fact that Paul Pogba has moved to at least 5 different clubs, which is somewhat substantial given the modern climate, and I almost always associate with him with playing in red. I think that's happened too much. There should be much more diversity. And if there's much more diversity of club kits, and I'll explain this on Chimaoge's comments in the future, there'll be much more diversity in playing styles and goals of clubs. Because right now the clubs are too homogenous. That's why world football is getting boring, quite frankly. Anyway, we need to create more club kit designs, colors, and combos. Secondly, more people must play soccer. We need better ambassadors for the sport. Paul Pogba, again, unfortunately, has fallen into many controversial situations. The subtext of his move to Monaco is that he's come off of an 18-month doping ban that was initially 4 years. Again, he was found to have, taken banned substances to enhance his performance. That is not a positive thing. So therefore, his degree of freedom to act as a good ambassador for the sport is limited. So we just need more people to play. And then we will hear about more people moving clubs and, more people will become prominent. Anyway, that's just something to think about. And lastly, before I go on to the other points of this video to close it out, well, at least this first part, you know me, I repeat, just so things fall in. Here's just some bonus information for higher development. Talk about things that you believe are important. Talk about things that you believe are important. Anyway, that's the end of the section about the art piece itself. Now let me go on to to the rest of my points. I just want to give another bonus point for higher development. Eat cayenne pepper. Eat cayenne pepper is good for you. Let me just restate the video title and purpose. Again, the title of this video is Paul Pogba now plays for AS Monaco, and the purpose is to highlight the art piece, which is in the thumbnail and is also available for purchase on Patreon. The link is in the comments. Let's pray again. I again pray for the success of this video and for the idea behind it to be understood. I pray for myself and my audience. Please support this prayer yourself. Again, my name is Chimaoge. That's my given name. You can also call me Moge. My full metaphysically correct name is Chimaoge NkwoOrie. My government name, Chimaoge Chijioke Ibe. My alternate white structured name is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibenwuku. Another name relevant to me under which I publish music is NkwoOrie, NkwoOrie. Anyway, thank you. And then before I take my break, I'll just leave you with two questions to ponder. First, are male professional athletes actually healthy? Are male professional athletes actually healthy? And secondly, should Paul Pogba retire? Should Paul Pogba retire? Anyway, let me take a break and then I'll restate these points. Let's put up the hood. Let's go again. All right, greetings once again. This is part 2, the main part of the video. I'm just repeating my points again just so that they click. Welcome to Moge once again, my personal network. This is a raw reaction. Let's go. Again, my name is Chimaoge. You can also call me Moge. My full metaphysically correct name is Chimaoge NkwoOrie. My given name is Chimaoge. My government name is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibe. Okay, so my full metaphysically correct name would still include the given name that is at least commonly understood to be part of my government name. Again, I wouldn't really say I've changed my name. I've just discovered it in a more accurate way. But anyway, Chimaoge, even though I'm not pleased with it, that is my name. But it's still better than most names on the planet today. I will say we're in a naming crisis. So even in crisis, Amadio comes out on top. Anyway, so my government name is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibe. Another name for me based on the history of my lineages is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibenwuku. Again, just a longer so-called last name there. And then one other name that's relevant to me based on, my character and being, but I use it to publish music, is NkwoOrie, NkwoOrie. Check out that network and my music there. Anyway, let's pray once again. Call in my whole bloodline. Let's pray for the success of this video and everything connected to it. Anyway, now, the title of this video, once again, is Paul Pogba now plays for AS Monaco. I just wanted to let you guys know what you're watching. Paul Pogba now plays for AS Monaco, and its purpose is to highlight the art piece in the thumbnail and also in the description. Now let's go on to talk more in depth about the highlighted art piece itself. The art piece's name is Paul Pogba completes his move to the soccer club AS Monaco. Paul Pogba completes his move to the soccer club AS Monaco. 2 points about the inspiration and main idea behind this art piece. One, Paul Pogba is a very prominent individual. Paul Pogba is a very prominent individual. That's something for all of us to contemplate, especially given the controversies that he has been embroiled in. And secondly, another one is the news of his transfer. Again, the fact that, an individual really getting a new job, which happens every day, was blasted everywhere, is something to think about. We just have to think about that because that is unusual. Not necessarily bad for that to happen to a person, but again, it's not usual. Whenever something unusual happens, it should be contemplated. Now, onto the content of the art piece itself. I'll again highlight 2 things. One, Pogba is surrounded by red. Paul Pogba is surrounded by red, which, among other things, represents the clubs he has been playing for. Again, he's heavily associated with the club Manchester United, which plays in red, and then AS Monaco's main kit also features red. So that's a big part of his career. Secondly, there's money everywhere because Paul Pogba's changes of jobs are always associated with high sums of money. So I've put the British pound there, I've put the euro there, and then there are dollar bills. So yeah, there's money everywhere. Now, on to references. First, where did I find out this information? There are many places, but I'll give you 2. One, Wikipedia. On Wikipedia, it confirms that Paul Pogba has transferred to AS Monaco and also gives the history of his job changes. And secondly, YouTube thumbnails. I follow soccer through YouTube in large part, and I saw many YouTube thumbnails indicating he had transferred, so that confirmed to me it had happened. Now, on to where you, my audience, could find this information for yourselves. Again, it's good that you also verify through your own power. First, again, Wikipedia. If you look up Paul Pogba on Wikipedia, you can find it through Google. You'll find this information. And secondly, if you consult Sky Sports Football, you'll be able to confirm his transfer. And even older articles and videos should confirm his past career moves and things that have happened. Anyway, what to do about the issue raised? One, I think that the issue raised makes me say that we need to create more club kit designs. There must be more colors and combos. Again, this is something we don't think about much, but it gets kind of boring if it looks like the players are all playing for the same team. So there's just something to think about. I'll go into more depth about that in the future on Chimaoge's comments and other networks as well. And then secondly, more people must play soccer. We need better ambassadors for the sport, and we need to be hearing about more different things. This is not necessarily a knock on Paul Pogba, but his relative prominence, is inordinate. There should be more individuals who are equally or even more prominent than him, who play soccer and who are famous for playing soccer. So anyway. And then a bonus point for higher development, because anytime I give you 5 points, I want to give you the bonus, the grace. Talk about things that you believe are important. Just, something easy to digest. Now, on to the rest of my overall points. So now we're on to the grace of the overall points. This bonus point, eat cayenne pepper. It's good for you. I want to once again state the video's title and purpose. The title of the video is Paul Pogba now plays for AS Monaco. And its purpose is to highlight the art piece. Paul Pogba completes his move to the soccer club AS Monaco, which is available on Patreon. The link is in the description. Now let's pray again. We've already prayed. We've stated the intention to pray. Come on, sir. Now, once again, my name is Chimaoge. That's my given name. You can also call me Moge. It's my forename. if you want to be bootleg, again, not metaphysically accurate, but just to get you to understand what it is, nickname is Moge, which is also acceptable for me because it's very integral to my being and personal history. Again, relatives throughout my name, throughout my life have also called me Moge. I like it, so yeah. My government name is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibe. Chimaoge Chijioke Ibe. Full metaphysically correct name is Chimaoge NkwoOrie. Chimaoge NkwoOrie. Yes, I know it sounds funny. To be honest, it sounds funny to me too, but you know, here I am speaking English. So proper things sound funny to us when the world is in crisis. Anyway, another name for me based on the history of my lineage is Chimaoge Chijioke Ibenwuku. Chimaoge Chijioke Ibenwuku. And then one other name for me, you know, that is relevant because I use it to publish music is NkwoOrie. NkwoOrie. So there we go. Thank you once again, and I'll leave you once again with the two questions. First, are male professional athletes actually healthy? Are male professional athletes actually healthy? And secondly, should Paul Pogba retire? Should Paul Pogba retire? Thank you and enjoy the rest of this video. The second part, I already recorded. It's just me preparing for this. So yeah, have fun. Hey, yeah, you'll be watching this after the main part of the video, which I'm going to record after this. I got a blank sheet of paper, and I'm just about to write my notes. So I'm recording this before the main video. So this is what it is anyway. Anyway. A boom bad girl, a boom bad girl, I'm on you.